Hello and welcome to the Core Advantage podcast. My name's Darren McInnes.
And I'm Jacob Tober.
On the podcast, we talk about all things sports science, strength and conditioning, and athletic development.
You'll find links, show notes, and references in the podcast details and also on our website.
Far away. What are we going to talk about?
Well, first of all, I've noticed that since we've been doing the Instagram Live, we don't actually introduce it as an episode, which is fine if you're watching right now, if you're one of the people who's joined us
that's terrible.
Right now on a Thursday afternoon. But if you watch it next week, you just get thrown in the middle of a thing.
What a bunch of amateurs. Sorry. Welcome to the Core Advantage Random Thoughts Show, proudly brought to you by Iron Edge Serious Training. This is episode...
Oh, yeah. Now you put
something.
156 or 157. We'll get better on the episode numbers starting from
at least
next week.
You now know where you are. Yeah, very good.
Welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Thanks for tuning in. So apologies for not being here last week. We have been in the thick of it, getting ready for the relaunch. So it's been a bit of a crazy couple of weeks. It's one of those things where you think you've got a few things to do, and then every day your to-do list just multiplies and then multiplies. It's crazy.
You do two things, but you get three more things to do.
But we've got a lot to talk about today. So we're going to talk about...
Going a bit breaky up there.
We're going to talk about Core Advantage 3.0. COVID-19 hit, we got shut down, and it was a horrible, horrible time for everyone. We weren't really sure what was going to happen. But I think, in a way, for us, it's turned out pretty well in the sense that we had to stop on a bit of a pause, and probably one of the best pauses in the history of the business, if not the best, a bit of a chance for a bit of a do-over in some ways. So I thought we could talk about that so people can understand sort of why we've made the changes we have made and go from there. Yeah,
it's a nice chance to do a clean reset, in effect, on a lot of the things in the business. Sort of rethink how you're doing things. Well, actually, if we had a chance to start again, would we do it the same? And the answer's been no, we'd do it better, given what we've learnt the first time around.
Yeah.
So we're big fans of iteration, so this is a chance to not just do a little change, but actually kind of tear up the rule book a little bit and start again in terms of just the concept.
Yeah, it feels to me like we've got access to a time machine. It's like we get to go right back and just fix all the mistakes. We're a team game here, but I reckon I am responsible for more than my fair share of the mistakes. So I'm going to use the I word a bit. And we get to fix a lot of my mistakes and start it over. Because a lot of the assumptions I had were wrong. There was a whole bunch of stuff that we took as gospel we were wrong about. There's a whole bunch of biases I brought to the table. Time to tear it up and start over.
Nice. So
the impetus for everything we're doing, it was never let's just open up a gym. That's too much hard work to just have done that. Like we wanted to do something special. And my thing was and that became our thing, was let's try and become the best place in the world at what we do, which seems ridiculous saying it out loud.
Yeah, but the best athletic development centre. Yeah, that was the goal.
And I've got no illusions that we're there yet, but I think someone has to be the best in the world, so why can't it be us? Why can't it be a little company in Melbourne where we have the highest concentration of professional sporting teams in the world, where we have the best physios, we've got a talent hotbed for physios, clinicians of all types in the sports field, and we've got one of the best sports science universities in the world. What do you call it? The uni academy. You're an alumni, but what do you call it? Your alma mater. That's the word.
Yeah, my alma mater deacon up in Burwood, yeah.
Yeah, and who powers, in terms of staff, 90% of our staff or more. Best in the country and top 3 in the world, and has held the position of number 1 in the world. So we've actually got we've got a sports mad city, brilliant clinicians, medical people, and we've got amazing sports science. So that was kind of our thought, well, we are actually in a position where we could achieve that. It's not a ludicrous goal.
Yeah, our environment has given us the potential to legitimately be one of the best, if not the best, in this field, in what we do, because of the intersection of all these factors around us. So let's take advantage of that.
Yeah, and we've missed some things, but our thing is, I wanted it to be a thing where it's playing a huge role in educating and training athletes, but also educating and training sports coaches and strength and conditioning coaches and clinicians around our stuff as well. I think it's hitting all those points. And then that's kind of what fueled us. So a bit of a moonshot. The reality is we've worked our guts out and so we sat down and looked at it, we're like, okay, how are we actually tracking?
And before you go to that, Dom, the thing with setting because everyone right now is watching going, best in the world, come on guys, it's just a little gym in Melbourne. But it's not just about whether you actually do achieve that goal or not, but what that does is that goal sets a standard for the entire business.
Yes.
So everything gets looked at through the filter of, well, who are the companies we look up to that are clearly still ahead of us at what we do, and go, well, what are they doing better that we should be trying to mimic or steal or iterate on, as opposed to just going, well, if you just go, we just want to be a gym, then everything goes through a lower filter, a more coarse filter. Whereas if you go, would Exos do this? Would some of those other companies in America do the things we're doing? Would some of our peers here in Australia, would they accept that level of training or that decisions? Well, no. Or should we do it better? Can we get put ourselves to a higher standard? So that's really what it comes down to.
I think it's much more, and whether we end up, like if you fall short of and we end up merely being the 7th best gym in the world, or that's fine. I still want to be the best because I'm competitive, but I'm totally realistic that might not be achievable. But yeah, that standard it sets, and I think it's kind of binary. So it's interesting how. There's a lot of granularity, a lot of grey area when it comes to standards of is something a B or a C or a D standard. But in terms of is that thing world class, it's kind of binary. It's you either look at it and go, yeah, that is world class, or you go, it's actually sub world class. And if it's sub, well, then probably it wasn't good enough. And so I think that goal has been one of the best things because of that knock-on effect that you mentioned. I'm glad you remembered that because that's such an important thing to talk about. Yeah, and we don't always even hit that. Sometimes we fall short of it, but it's kind of our North Star. It's kind of our guiding thing.
Exactly.
And so, which is great. And so we had good standards, a good environment, good opportunities, and we had, I think, the smartest thing we've ever done, which was a very good game plan for building the business. Because the game plan was built around the idea that alone there's no chance of being world class, and because we've all got strengths and weaknesses. And so my thing was, let's make the game plan attracting really talented coaches. Let's make the game plan create a talent magnet. And then the talented coaches we attract with the talent magnet can make the magnet better. And it's just a flywheel.
Yeah, because coaching, you need coaches. So you get the coaches first, and then they will do the brilliant job coaching the athletes.
Yeah,
and then the athletes will stay and love it. Yeah,
that's worked exceptionally because that central strategy is why you became an intern, a coach, a senior coach, and are now a partner in the business. So that was, that got you in, and then you've then gone about making that magnet so amazing with the internship that it's gotten so competitive it's out of contrul. I'm not even sure I'd make the cut these days.
I wouldn't make it again. No, I was lucky I was early.
I wouldn't make the cut to my own business. But yeah, so that magnet has worked incredibly, and so we looked at that, and it's like, well, that idea of building that talent magnet, of creating that flywheel effect, that has been the single best decision in the history of the business. And every other success we have had has been based off the strength of the team we've been able to develop through that. But when we looked at the rest of the business, it was like, I want everything to work as well as that did, which is greedy. I get that. But yeah, we had a long hard look at it, and there were some things we were really successful with, and I think that they're worth touching on, but also some things that we really need to change. So we got cracking, and we did a whole lot of work around coaching, podcasts, presentations, partnerships. You made 1 million vlogs. We built a great community, great team, a whole lot of really good stuff. So on the technical side of things, it was really pretty successful. There's still obviously constantly room for improvement, but it's pretty successful. But no matter how hard we worked at it, our model still wasn't really working.
Someone just asked too, sorry, Dame, if they could get an intern position. Yes, go to our website and you can apply whenever you like.
Yes.
Coreadvantage.com.au, go to the interns tab and apply away.
Best of
For
luck.
those
And
looking to join that incredible program.
Read the instructions carefully. And so we had, I think, technical success, but we were still, when you look at the model itself, you go, well, we're working our guts out and we're still not, as a business, successful enough to pay our people what we need to pay them to keep them. So we're competing in the jobs market with private schools with deep pockets and professional sporting organisations with deep pockets. And so
a lot of prestige of working with pro athletes. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we just can't really compete with that unless we have a better business model to support retention of the talent. So the talent magnet was great at getting them in and great at helping us have a great team with which to build a culture, but we still need the business to operate better as well. And so there was that one element of it, but also our thing was, we have done a really good job of attracting some amazing athletes. Like I think 50% of our athletes are just cracking athletes who are our people. They work hard, they're consistent, they're amazing, they've stayed with us forever. It's almost like we've got sort of two classes of athletes that are with us. These diehard true believers that get what we're trying to do and want to get everything they can.
Are you talking about athletes with us currently or over the history of the business?
I'm talking about like we've accumulated these great, real core advantage people.
It's just you said 50%. And it was like the people that I see on our list now who've done the online programming through COVID. Those guys are rock stars. That's maybe let's not offend our all-star athletes.
No, so we had 50-50. And we had 50% of people who were bloody amazing, who we loved, who love us. And then we had 50 who liked the idea, thought it looked a bit shiny, but were probably a bit of a revolving door. If they'd come for a few months, they'd put in different work in, make an indifferent contribution to our culture, and then drop off. So it was a revolving door. One side of the business is locked in people on the grind who understand the price of excellence is repetition and then one group of people that just kind of thought it looked good and gave it a crack, but weren't really committed.
I think those people come with a misconception that we're just another gym. It's just a gym. You show up when you want, kind of willy-nilly. But normal gyms kind of operate on a business model of you're paying your membership, and if you don't show up, that's actually better for the gym.
That's they don't have to
give you paper towel and toilet paper and the lights and the air conditioning and the equipment needs less cleaning. Whereas our gym, it's if you don't show up, we call you and go, hey, where are you? What's going on? Why haven't you been in the gym? You're slacking. Yeah. So it's a different kind of requirement, and there's a responsibility put on the athletes. So, well, you signed up, you're paying that membership, or your parents are paying a membership in the case of teenagers. Don't go wasting their money. Don't go wasting our time. We've written this program. We've run this performance testing. Let's get those results you told us you were so keen to get. Yeah. And I think that commitment from them is intimidating, I think, sometimes. So, we're happy to be not the gym for everyone. This is a gym for people who want to work hard. That's
the big thing. I think it's not, we're not for everyone. And I think that and this is where it falls on me. I have a lot of trouble disappointing people. I like to surprise and delight, and I like to say yes. And so we would have people join up who said they really wanted to, but weren't really committed, and I let them in the door. And then it's heartbreaking to say to them, sorry, you can't train here anymore. Your standards you're not up to our standards.
You're not training hard enough, or you're not showing up often enough.
But COVID just if they were all on a tree, it just shook those loose ones off, and we're left with all the athletes we love training, and this really high caliber cohort of athletes. And so it just seemed like too good an opportunity to waste getting this reset of our athletic base.
Never waste a good disaster.
Yeah. And my voice is going to get a little hoarse here, and sometimes that's because I'm feeling emotional. In this case, it's because I've just done a podcast for Bicycle Victoria, so I'm already 50 minutes into podcast talk today, so apologies if I'm a bit croaky. I've got another one after this as well, so I might be doing sign language by that time. So it was just too good an opportunity. So we thought, all right, how can we, if we're redoing it, what can we do? And I think the biggest thing was your idea. I think it was the open gym, transition, the idea of who are the people we want to make this for, and it's for the motivated, autonomous athlete. How can we design a gym that fits their needs best? Talk to us about the link between the autonomous athlete and the open gym format and the customization.
Yeah, well, the gym was, in a way, we'd set it up a bit like a classroom. And as you showed up at your time, you had to wait for everyone else in your class, do your movement prep together as a group, which has a lot of pros. But the con was that we were taking autonomy and responsibility away from the athletes, and we weren't giving them the responsibility that makes them educated and smarter, so that when they go off to a pro program or they go to college, they can then implement them themselves, because they go, oh, Diamond Jacob or Josh or Pat isn't here to tell me to do my rolling, so I forgot to do it, and now I've got that problem. It's like, well, they're not. We're actually doing our athletes a disservice by doing more work.
It was a really bad mistake on our part. And Motivation 101, a great thing. If you could link in the show notes, the TED Talk by Daniel Pink.
I think Drive or What Motivates Me.
The author of Drive. And his TED Talk is just brilliant, and he talks about autonomy as being the bedrock of motivation. You want to feel like you have control over what you're doing, and I think our instinct, I think it got amplified too, because we had so many more young athletes that wanted to join up. Like, we were never expecting so many young ones, and without even noticing it, we drifted to a course where, well, if you've got young athletes, you have to be more on top of how they're doing everything, because you don't trust them as much because they're not as mature to make those good decisions.
They haven't been in gyms as much, they're a bit more dangerous, yep.
Yeah, and so that skewed where we were going a little further as well, and we already had this thing of, it's my fault, it's this thing of wanting perfection, like that's I wrote a thing a while ago, the pursuit of perfectionism is an imperfect strategy. That's the ultimate irony, that it's not perfect, because being awesome is much better than being perfect. So I think we pushed it down that way, and then, the autonomy idea kind of wasn't really there. So, open gym, talk to us about that and how that fosters that.
Yeah, so to go, the opposite of that is just the 24-hour gym. It's just open, you come whenever you want. Do your own thing.
You're renting a facility, basically,
Yeah,
you're renting access to a facility.
Exactly. You've just got you're renting keys, exactly. But we want somewhere in between. So the coaches are still in the gym. It's still supervised. We still do your programming. We still provide the expert advice, testing, screening, all that kind of stuff. But
still roving around the gym floor.
Yep, but we've now got more hours, so we're open for more time. So that's going to suit different schedules, and people are going to be more flexible.
So 12 till 8 every day, or 12 till 8 Monday through Thursday.
And then
9
Sundays,
to 1 Saturday.
9 to 1, thank you.
Yeah.
So open gym, coaches are always there, so it's still coached and supervised, still programmed, all that kind of stuff. So you're still doing intelligent training that's appropriate for your sport and your time of season, all that sort of stuff. But it's you come in, you warm yourself up, you get into your workout, you are in charge of things, you're driving the process, and we're there to help you to make the good choices, as opposed to the other way around, where it's like, oh, we'll make all the choices and we'll help with all this. And it's like, no, you're the athlete. You're the one who's going to have to be doing this. You get to work, and we're here, for as much or as little support as you need along the process.
And it's the biggest cultural shift we've ever made, because it's that cultural shift from a coach-driven teacher-student model to an athlete-driven mentor-mentee model.
It's teammate almost model, as well, with the athletes helping each other.
Yeah, so it's quite a cultural shift, and I think I'm just so excited about it, because there are some athletes that already bring that mentality. They want to learn, they want to help, they encourage those around them. Those guys and girls, they're just magic for our environment. We want to create the environment that attracts those people, and the environment that has that as a standard. So I'm not interested in people who are not teamy training here. So if you just want to train somewhere and not contribute,
your headphones in.
Yeah, put your headphones in and not connect with those around you, we are not the gym for you. You know, it's a place for a team mindset. So yeah, people are buying when they join up. They're getting access to a beautiful gym, which we can talk about later because it's beautifuler than ever, and we're very excited about it. But the big thing they're buying into is coaching expertise, a team culture, and a culture where excellence is an expectation in how you lift, how you prepare, how you treat people. I don't think it's just about making better bodies. I think it's also about it being kind of a special place for how you are kind of off the field, off the court as well.
Yeah, your membership comes with a whole bunch of accountability. Your program, from checking in when you walk in the door to making sure you put your weights away to are you telling us the right stuff so that you're doing your tapers correctly and your ramp ups correctly. Like there's this coach and team and culture based accountability that a lot of some other gyms that we know of have, and we're just like, we just need that level of our people like. It might sound a little odd, correct, and balances out for me, Dome, if I'm a bit off, but it's like that level of like, I stuffed up, and you know it because your team's there for you. Like they're there to help you go, hey, that's not normal. That's not your excellent standard. What's going on?
Yeah.
I know you can do better. Let's do better.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's about. I think a big part of it for me was I read the Culture Code, and that book changed my life, and I saw, and it's if you're only going to read one book around teams, culture, success, it's an amazing book. A great entry point for it is the Learner Lab, which is, to my mind, top 5 podcasts in the world, I reckon, the Learner Lab. Those guys are great. If you're still in any way, shape or form studying, if you want to work well as an executive, if there's any area you want to be excellent at, then learning is crucial.
Any industry too, not just this one.
Oh, it's just brilliant. And it's so well produced. It's 20 minutes of gold. They go right to the source material, and I think it's episode 10, where they went deep on the Culture Code stuff. And I listened to that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I've got to buy this book." I bought the book and basically highlighted the entire book.
That's why I don't take notes in books, because I just end up highlighting more than not. It's like if it's important, just read it twice.
But yeah, I think that's really set the tone for, all right, let's create. I mean, if you think about a culture. A culture is something that helps, like, creates fertile ground as well. Like, you want to create a culture that helps cultivate these great athletes, and selfishly, athletes that we really want to work with. We're 5 years in, and we're like, all right, I want to work more with those people because they're amazing and they make jumping out a bit of joy. Yeah. So yeah, that's the big goal. I wrote a thing too. We did a mission statement, and I typed it out as well.
Well done, good job.
Thanks. I'm going to articulate it then. Core advantage, because I think it's easy to lose your way, and I think we lost our way just a little bit, and so I think this is going to be something that goes up on the wall and just reminds us exactly what we're doing. Core Advantage 3.0 is a select entry facility with an open gym format. We deliver programs, education and coaching to team-oriented athletes with a professional mindset. Our goal is to provide the ultimate training environment for athletes and help them maximize their potential on and off the field of play.
Nice.
And I think that's kind of our North Star. So every other change we've made is built around that central, that's kind of the compass or whatever you want to call it.
North Star, that's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the big shift. Should we talk details about how we're going to do that? What's best to touch on?
Yeah, well, I suppose the first of the details, and we can roll from there, is that the membership is now all in. You're either all in or you're not. So we played around with a couple of different membership models in terms of, you can come this many times and that many times. It's now just unlimited sessions, one price. You're either doing it this way, you're going to come, you're going to get amazing results, you're going to put in the work, or find another gym.
Or you're not. Don't be no half in. And so I've written a number of emails, and there's still been some confusion about this. So this is another chance to get this across crystal clear. All of our diehard loyal fans can continue with their exact same old
Current
memberships
members,
at their same prices, and that's all good. but there's also now moving forwards the all-in membership that's how we're having it the standard from now on. And so the all-in, it's $85 a week, and that gets you coaching, that gets you 2 nutritional consults with Dr. Dominic Kondo per year, which is an amazing thing. We thought a lot about how we can make sure that the work people are putting in pays off. And I think the big rock for that, if you're training well, if you're getting some decent sleep, then are you or aren't you eating brilliantly is going to be a huge determinant of success. And everyone needs nutritional advice. Everyone wants nutritional advice. Everyone turns up to free seminars for nutritional advice. They're very good at that.
Most people who are in the gym is for nutrition events.
But after like 18 months of having Dom here, it turned out people sucked at booking and paying for individual sessions. So they kind of know they need it, but they don't quite get around to it. So we said, stuff it. We'll pay Dom, and we'll give away Dom's time to the athletes. No charge. It's part of your membership. And I think it's going to be one of the best things that we've ever done for the business, because everyone will get the opportunity to get that side of things spot on. So, and that's kind of emblematic of the mentality of the all-in membership. Like, let's do everything we can. Let's deliver everything we can, and then expect those athletes to deliver everything they can. So it's one membership. There's no cheap membership for coming less often, because all you're doing is discounting your mediocrity magnet. Like if you want to come once a week because that's your situation, that's fine, but it's the same membership.
And we'll program you home stuff out of that as well, so we can program stuff that you can do close at home if you live further away.
Still get terrific value, but we're not going to undervalue. Because one of the big things for us was when Riley, one of our interns and now coaches, came back from his internship at Eric Cressy's place at Cressy Performance, and he said to us, you guys are basically the same cost as 9 Rounds, one of those generic
F45 style gyms.
F45 style things. I was like, yeah, we are. That's crazy. $85 membership once for the all-in, but we're offering a $70 lock-in discount. So for athletes that are committed and go, we'll lock in for 6 months, we take that down to $70. So I think
that stays that way as well after the 6 months too.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you lock in at the start, if you're committed, we'll give you that discount, and then you can pay it 70 instead of 85.
Yeah, and we went a pretty big discount because I still don't want money to be a reason people can't train with us. But I think that commitment's the critical thing. So there's the all-in membership. There's the open gym layout. So there's an open gym format of what you've talked about, and we've also opened the gym right up with the layout so that you can see the whole space. And we've built a bit of a bit of a reception table area, and all that kind of stuff as well. Yeah,
we've got a little front desk now, I suppose you call it,
which is cool.
Checking in, saying good day. When COVID's finished, it can become a little bit of a hangout spot. Not right now,
bit of a hub
but down the track. Yeah,
and we're going to be making coffees and making and selling coffees and protein shakes and
So we've got a recovery bar. So we'll be doing coffees. We'll be doing various shakes depending on what Dom recommends that you might need. If you've got performance requirements, for example, or depending on your goals, you might choose a different shake with extra add-ons and stuff like that. And then we'll be hopefully doing meals as well. So healthy, high-performance recovery meals for.
Watch this space for the meal side. We're still in negotiations/inquiries to get that spot on. So we've got that, which is, that wasn't something that was your idea, and it's really turned out nicely. Like, it looks great, and it feels like you've got a bit of a hub for the whole gym. I'm really looking forward to that being used, and that now looks out over the whole gym, so you can see the gym beautifully from that one spot. So they see you see them, which is just great. And here we've got more equipment as well. We've got a whole Metcon zone. So our partners Iron Edge have looked after us with some amazing stuff there. I couldn't be happier with that equipment. So, and we're going to have these monthly different workouts, the monthly Metcon. So we'll design them, people will compete on them. So I really like that idea of getting a bit of that competitive juices that you do get in CrossFit or F45 or those other formats, but doing it in a safe way. And everyone can compete. And then each month there'll be a winner. I don't know what the prize is yet. We haven't even worked that out, but the prize is generally just
got to be
being
competitive.
a winner.
It's got to be some level of competition, to get people on the bikes and on the skill mills and the rowers and whatnot.
Yeah, and we've got more equipment coming as well. So we've got a couple more little pieces here and there, and a few more bigger pieces coming along. So the gym will just continually be slowly but surely filling up with more and more great Iron Edge stuff.
Nice.
I think those are the major changes. We've got a better booking system as well, which is good. So that helps people, because the bookings thing is really important in the COVID-19 environment. So we've got a limit of 20 people at a time. So we have to make sure we've got that spot on. So you've been hard at work building that, and that's working pretty well. A few little teething problems the first couple of days, because you don't know what you don't know until you launch it.
Exactly. A few little things, and then Davey's helped us get that together and get it all sort of working harmoniously. So that's on track. And then people will be able to book in, so they'll be able to book recurring sessions. We'll be able to keep our limits good, which is nice for COVID. And then we'll be able to, as the Victorian government allows, we'll be able to ramp those limits up as well to allow more classes. But in terms of the 4 square meters, how many people are we allowed in the gym? If it goes
50?
to the 4,
if it goes to 4, we're allowed 50 people. So we are well good.
Yeah, so at the moment it's 20, and then we can easily double that and some once we need to.
And we've spread it. So the other thing we've done is we've spread everything out. So all the equipment's now really well spread out. So everyone's got good distance. We've got a gazillion bottles of hand sanitizer. We're temp checking everyone when they come in. We're having parents and other forms of taxi drivers, having them wait in their car, but asking them to come in and grab a complimentary coffee, so we don't feel like total jerks. Our COVID protocols are going to be world class. So it's constant cleaning, maintaining distance. We'll be getting all sorts of stuff in that space as well, so that we know that we're doing everything absolutely spot on and then some.
Nice.
But that's a temporary change that you just have to do well. I think the big thing is the format change and the cultural change. I think is going to be huge.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I just want to get started. Let's just get started now.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, Monday, 12 o'clock, and it's go time. And I think it'd be really interesting to see how busy the middle of the day gets. I think we'll have a real peak at around lunchtime, and then maybe a little bit quiet around 2-ish. But people will be able to pick times that suit them more, and I think it's super exciting. It's so exciting. My brother's joined. Oh my God.
Just as we're wrapping up too.
Just as you missed all the good news. I'll tell you about it later. Are there any other things that you want to let people know about?
Not really, because I'm looking at my camera and I've got a low battery. So I'm thinking we need
perfect.
It's kind of serendipitous that we just wrap it up here. And if we forgot anything, we can do part 2 next week.
Short and sweet, and we will see you guys next week live from Core Advantage 3.0.
Actually, we're doing next week. We'll do live together.
I don't know. I'll definitely be in it. Do you think?
I think so.
We'll just separate ourselves. Yeah. We'll be opposite ends of the room or something.
Yeah, we might still need 2 cameras, but I think we should be in the same room. Yep.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Spread out. Yep.
I like it. Live. Okay. We'll see you guys then. And can I just say thanks again to everyone who has supported us and stayed with us through this time. The brutal reality is, if it wasn't for the diehard fans that have stuck with us through the time, we wouldn't exist right now. And it'd be just no more Core Advantage. We'd be looking for jobs, doing something else. So we appreciate your support immensely, and that's a big part of why we've made the gym we reckon you guys are going to love. So thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you guys in real life on Monday.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. See ya. And before you go, hear from some of our alumni about our career transforming course, the online mentorship. Learn more about how you can join at our website.
I learnt the theory stuff at uni, but I didn't know how to apply it, and coming to Core Advantage was how I bridged that gap. So I knew the stuff, but I didn't know how to do the stuff.
It was something that I needed to do personally for my own development, and it's allowed me to work in elite sport for now 5 years, so it was a massive help.
I think mentorship is really important, and being able to ask questions all the time, and the Core Advantage course allows that because there is a big team of people that you can ask questions.
I get to, train professional athletes every week, work really closely with professional athletes, which is awesome. A lot of the skills that I'm applying, I learned through the program at Core Advantage.
It's not just something that you read and then think about and then go, oh, how does that tie into everything? It's something that practical that you can turn around and go, this is exactly how I'm going to apply it. And the concepts that you learn help you as a coach, as a professional, as a person. Yeah, it's awesome. Definitely go and do it.
To sign up for the online mentorship, head to coreadvantage.training/mentorship.